Again, and I'm here with my business partner, David Ingham.
Hello.
And David's just had a great couple of days, and we thought we'd do a session whereby we shared some of the thoughts and so on that David's learned, and basically to help you guys, because we're all about sharing and helping, because that's our why. And I'm going to write a blog on that after this, so it's going to be a busy day. So anyway, David, tell us a little bit about what you've been doing and why it's been a good time.
Guys, I have been doing an online business now for some years, about 10 years. And, any business, you need clients and customers. Okay. And I was doing the traditional traditional network marketing business, and having parties at home, and also getting friends and families to come down, which is fine. But I noticed that my leverage was only in my area, really, or I had to travel to many different parts of the town, and I could only leverage one country. So what I did was I found a mentor, luckily. And if you don't have a mentor, I think it's very, very important to find one. Okay. If you can't find one, you can always come to me and Malcolm. We will have you with open arms. And my mentor said to me, David, do you know that any business needs to build a base of email addresses? Okay. Because when you actually build a list, now this is a terminology most probably you're not familiar with. A list is creating a database of email addresses, and how you do that is you get forms that you place on the internet, and obviously you place them in places that are targeted to your target audience, which we can get into in a later stage, and if you want to find out more about that. So myself and Malcolm, I got chatting with Malcolm, and I said, Malcolm, I've just started this new online business from home, and I'm building this business in a bit of a different way. It's more of attraction marketing than running around and chasing after people. So what I'm actually doing is I'm displaying these forms on the internet. People are putting their name and email address in, and then they're opting in to the offer that they liked. And then you build a relationship with that list. Now, Malcolm is a great example, because it was probably about 6 months ago. Malcolm, he never built a list before. And this is for any business, guys. You need to build a list of clients and build a relationship with them. So I'm gonna hand over to Malcolm. Malcolm's gonna let you know how he started building a list, what support he got from getting started, and how he actually implemented it, and to where he is now.
Okay, thanks, David. David's absolutely right. I started from scratch. When I first got into this business, I looked at some of the terminology, and I really didn't know anything about it. I'd been down the traditional route that David mentioned before. I'd worked with friends, family, acquaintances, people I knew, and said, hey, have a look at this, and so on. And I didn't find that very easy nor successful. And so when I got into this business, I found that it was so much better in the fact it was, as David said, automated, and you could work straight away on building a list. David's explained you can get in touch with people who opt into you, and that's really important. The fact that I've coerced someone or I've dragged someone into my list. They've actually said, hey, Malcolm, I'd like to know more about this. And that's a really, really important thing. So David was a great help to me, because David had started before me and kept saying, this is what I've done, this is what I've tried, you try it. So I think I'm a fairly teachable guy. So I followed what he'd done, and he'd learned from his mentors, Albie and Lawrence and Scott and other people who had been in the business quite a while. So what I did was I built these pages called capture pages, and I did a very simple one, and David helped me. And I think the important things about these is that people need to know you're a real person. They need to know actually exists. So a picture is good. Thing saying, if you want to know more, just give me your email. and they then opt into you. So I've been building my list for about 3.5 months now. And my list is growing. I'm over 300 people now who have opted in. So that's a good start. And I'm getting people now who are coming to me and saying, can you tell me more about this? What are you doing? And so on. I mentioned to David just before we started, a guy I knew vaguely via Twitter said, hey, I see you're doing a business, tell me about it. So people are interested to know. It does take time. And the great thing about having someone like David as my business partner is that he can say to me, Malcolm, I got fed up. Malcolm, I thought it wasn't working, but keep at it. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm keeping at it, keeping it simple, and it's beginning to work. So my message to you is keep it simple, it real, and just keep at it, and you'll find that it works. Okay, David?
Great. I just wanted to touch on two things, actually three things, that my mentor said. He said, when you actually start getting these opt-ins coming through, you actually can do, there's a program called Aweber that actually is your email management software that you can get. And that's what you actually use. And it manages everything for you. And inside Aweber, you can actually do a broadcast. And what a broadcast means, which is quite powerful, is that you can actually send a message to your whole list. And my mentor says, David, the more personal you are with your list, the more honest you are with your list, the more ethical you are with your list. And also, there's another good saying. Are you waiting? You want it? Okay, here it comes. You know, you've got that saying, be a go-getter. Okay, but how about this? Be a go-giver. Okay, my mentor says as soon as you start being a go-giver and actually give information to your list that can help them solve a problem for free, that can help them become better, that can help them increase their sales. Now that's when the power really comes into building your list. It's not just about the sale. It's about building that relationship, forming trust with your list, and then what will happen is your conversions and your sales will go through the roof.
Very true. Very true.
Okay, guys. Do you got anything else, Malcolm?
We'll put the link to Aweber below this video. I think the most important thing that we've just talked about is helping. I mentioned right at the beginning, I'm doing my latest blog on what is your why. And if your why is to make money, you're going to fail because people spot that very quickly. But if your why is to be open, honest, and help people and say, look, I've made mistakes, try this, people will see you're a genuine. People will recognize you as someone who's trying to help and train them. And again, they will come to you. It's all about the law of attraction. You attract people by being attractive. In other words, being someone who gives, smiles, who helps, who's willing, who's teachable. And if you're like that, you will attract similar people. Because the last thing you want to get into your list are whiners and no-hopers and people who are just saying, what's all this about? You want people who say, hey, this looks really interesting. Let's have a look at it. David's like that, and hopefully I am as well, because we want to help people, and that's why we're making this video. We want to help you. So let's hope this has helped you. Should we leave it there for today?
I've got one thing to add. Yeah.
He's always got one thing to add.
Now I was struggling. Okay, am I where I want to get in my business? No. Okay, so what do I do? What do you do when you struggle? You ask for help. So I asked my mentor for help. So guys, don't be scared to ask for help. You know, I'm here to help you, and we believe in you.
Absolutely. And I'm going to say one last thing, just following on from what David said. The saying I've always remembered: only the strong admit their fears. Help, just ask, because that's a strong thing to do. Lots of people don't. So we're here for you. We'll speak again soon, and every success.
Bye-bye.